Inside Iran's fight over the hijab and the businesses that dare to defy. The Iranian regime's strict enforcement of its mandatory Islamic dress code has escalated into a battle with businesses, leading to closures and increased tensions across the nation. In a crackdown against the violation of mandatory hijab laws, authorities shut down around 2,000 businesses in March alone, extending the fight into various sectors, including e commerce and entertainment. This new front in the regime's attempt to quash opposition may have far reaching consequences, especially as the country prepares for parliamentary elections in 2024 and grapples with economic sanctions, not to mention the cost of living crisis. A female doctor involved in treating injured protesters encapsulates the defiant spirit of many Iranian women. She said, quote, "If I face penalties and punishment, I will wear the headscarf since I am in a prominent position. But the young people I have treated during the protests will not pull back." This ongoing struggle reflects the hijab's transformation from a symbol of modesty to a political tool, with businesses becoming the latest casualties in Iran's brutal suppression of dissent. So, I wanted to cover this because it's become an increasingly frequent tactic of the regime to go after businesses where they see that they do not mandate that their female colleagues wear the hijab. So basically, like women will go into their office and basically take it off when they get there. And there's been a lot of businesses where they'll post photos of their staff on social media and none of the staff will be wearing hijab. It's just a bunch of men, women together hanging out. It looks like a normal freaking startup of like young people in any country. And so they are increasingly targeting the private sector. So Armin, what have you been hearing about this?
I wish I could show you some videos. I can't show people beating somebody, right, on YouTube. I can't show that, right?
Um, it depends.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can. But so I have to like one of the videos that I wanted to show is already included here. This man attacks a woman. I can't show it because yeah, we're gonna get in trouble for this. So this woman, she starts beating this woman for not wearing the hijab, and she fights back. She fights back. She starts hitting back. Right. There's another video. So the government is applying this new force. It's not like the before the morality police. There's a new unit of people that are now enforcing hijab around. It's a new position, and they're paying them a lot. And people are like so frustrated. They're like, you're stopping us from making money because we allow people without hijab in our store, and now you, which is like in this environment, like Iran's economy is like really bad right now. People are trying so desperately to make money, and now they're shutting stores and enforcing this like because of hijab. And their government is also paying a whole bunch of people to go around and enforce, like there's a new hijab bill that just passed, to just to make sure that the religious fundamentalist radical people are happy, and they're not happy. Nobody's happy. Not the radicals are thinking the hijab laws, the new hijab laws, don't go far enough. They call it actually a license to not wear the hijab, and the people who are anti-government, they're like they don't like the law because they're like, no way, there's no way you could put us back in the job. But there's another now a lot of tension between people. There was a video that just came out that some of these women, Chadori women, were, I think they were in the subway or somewhere. They were trying to enforce. They were trying to tell women to wear the hijab, and they were beaten the crap out of. I can show you that on YouTube. They were people. Everybody was ganging up on them and beating them. And Susanna, here's an interesting part of this video, which I can't show unfortunately. There were hijabi women that were beating them as well, right? So
What?
non-hijabi, yeah, there were women without hijab and women with hijab joining forces to beat up the women who were trying to enforce hijab laws. Yeah.
Eh, khoda. No.
And it was brutal. It's too brutal for me. Like, they had visible injuries I can't show you, and they had like on faces and stuff. It was intense. I can't show you that. Yeah. So yeah,
So
this
what
is
do you make of all this?
I'm sensing a lot more tension between people so the religious people are like, they're complaining. The religious people that want, not all religious people, I should come up with a better name, pro hijab, because there are some religious people in Iran who want secularism as well, right? So I should say, um pro Sharia religious people in Iran. There should be a better name for this. Pro government religious people, pro hijab enforcement religious people in Iran, right? Which are, they are the minority now. Even right now, the situation in Iran is that even most religious people want secularism. Even most religious people who love Islam, they're like, the Islamic Republic of Iran has ruined Islam. Everybody hates Islam because of the Islamic Republic. So they're like, let's get that religion out of the government so that people stop hating Islam. So even many religious people are like, yes, secularism, thank you very much, right? Um, but the religious people who are for enforcing the hijab, they are, their argument is that you're turning people against people. They're like, we have a religious duty to fight against women who don't wear the hijab. So by the government, if the government is not enforcing it, we have to come and enforce it because it's someone's duty. And now you're turning people against people. So they're like, please, government, enforce the hijab so that we don't have to do it, so that we don't have tensions in the street. And now the situation is getting farther than this. There are many religious people that are like, oh, you think these like liberals, these like secularists, you think they can topple the government? No, 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 no. They're like a bunch of pussies. They're like weak. We will topple the government. Like, we religious people. They're like, if you don't enforce these Islamic laws, we are the ones, because we love to die. We love to become martyrs and stuff, right? So if you don't enforce the hijab laws, you have to deal with us, and we will get rid of this government, and we enforce, like, bring an Islamic one if you don't enforce it. So the government is like getting it from all sides, from both the secularists and the radicals, and it's like kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not that I feel any sympathy for them, but yeah, that's the situation.
Wow, well, thank you for that update. So, but what
Right.
is the name of the new force? The new
Forgot the
hijab
name.
force?
I
Oh,
forgot the
okay.
name. I can go look it up. Do you want me to go look it up?
I'm just curious.
Does anybody know? I could go check it, look it up. If you want, but yeah, I forgot the name. But it has a new name, new look, and it's not. It's supposed to be not physical, right? It's supposed to be, um, we don't, because they're scared of another Massa thing happening.
Mhm.
They're supposed to go around, maybe just tell people like, please, please put the, like, it used to be like, put on the hijab or else, and now it's like, please, please, please put on the hijab, God and Islam and all that good stuff, and this is the law, please, please. And they're begging, they're basically going around and begging people to put on the hijab, and they still get beaten over that. Like, it used to be, they used violence, and people were like, not react. Now, even if you don't use, now even words are like, you don't you dare. Like, people have been emboldened. People have no tolerance now for this crap. They're like, come at me, come at me. And they also, a lot of women feel powerful right now because they see how much people around them will come in support of them. So
Mm.
if a hijab enforcer comes and tells you to put on your hijab, right, a lot of times you notice that if you go like, what did you tell me, what did you just tell me, right,
Oh my
that
god.
people around you, yeah, yeah, these girls, these women, they know, like, oh, people around me, they're gonna have my back, right? So, one thing that people suggest is that, women in Iran, if you're going out in the street without hijab, don't go alone. Make sure that you have people around you,
Mhm.
because it has proven it. We have seen that more often they start bothering women that are alone. That these people are scared. These people are
Mm.
scared they know that most people will come support the girls who are without the hijab. Oh, I forgot to mention this. In one of these scenes, the scene that these people, the hijab enforcers, were getting beaten, there were police right next to them,
Oh,
right? And they asked help for the police to come get involved to save them. They're like, "We're being beaten the crap out of," and the police was like, "It's your fault. We don't want to get involved." Like the police were not. The police were not
they're
supporting
like,
the hijab
fuck
enforcers.
around and find out.
No, yeah, the police were not supporting the hijab enforcers. They were like, "This is
This
not.
is
We don't want to get beat."
crazy.
Right? They were like, "We don't want to get beaten up over this. Like, you started it. This is what happens when you start It's I don't know. This is weird. Like, things are changing very fast.
Yo,
Yeah.
I bet you're like never could have imagined something like this growing
No,
up.
no, no, no,
Wow.
no.
That's actually a very good reminder that guys, in September 16th, it'll be the 1 year anniversary of the murder of Masa Amini. And so that there are going to be global protests in support of Iran all over the world on September 16th. So look out for these kind of protests in your area. I know they're happening in basically every single major city in the US and a lot of the major cities across Europe and Australia and stuff. So make sure to go look and support your local Iranian community in your city. I'm going to be out in the street yelling my lungs out. Yesterday, I was on a boat and I had my computer out and I was studying for the show, and I have a giant free Iran sticker on the back of this computer. All of a sudden, I see a group of people walking towards me, and there's a woman. She's like, "Free Iran, free Iran," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I look at them, and I'm like, "Oh, you're a group of Iranians." And as they walk past me, I'm like, "Azadi, Azadi," and they were like, "Oh, what the hell?" It was really sweet.
Yeah. People see the saying, "Wow, 1 year already feels like yesterday." Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crazy how much life has changed in 1 year.
Right, right. Can you record, like, if you're going there and like during joining the protests and stuff? Can you record that? Because can we make that an AR news and share your videos of yourself, like being part of
Okay,
that?
I get
Because
very self-conscious when you ask me to do this kind of thing, but I will.
please, thank you,
Oh, and
please.
also, if you're going to one of these protests, the global call to action is to bring at least one non-Iranian to the demonstration.
Right. Yeah,
Versus for me, it's literally I'm the non-Iranian and I'm recruiting my Iranian friends, but
that's fine. Oh, Mariam is here. Mariam saying, "My beauty queen Susie. Hey, yeah, kiddos. I miss you both." Oh, we miss you too as well,
salam
Mariam.
salam.
Salam.